Okay, I think first of all, I think sitting and looking on to an industry that talks about growth, I think having come from the newsprint sector, where we spoke about decline for 10 years at 10% decline, then to see an industry that's growing, to see the energy in the room today, the suppliers showcasing their businesses, it's great, I think, as part of the SPA, that you feel part of something. We're newcomers to this, so I think this is into our second year now being part of this, and it really does feel like something that brings lots of people together to talk about the industry, really from, in our case, from paper all the way to the end use and everything that's in between. And so it's a great thing to be part of this. Great also today to be sponsoring the event, and even more, I think, to be able to invite you all tomorrow on the visit to the mill. I know that you're the first, as a big visit that we've hosted into our growing plant, and we're really pleased to be able to, I think, to have the SPA have that honour. So I think great to be here. So the idea now is to give a bit of a recap, so we catch up in terms of what the investment's about, what we're doing, and then also a bit of an update in terms of where we are now and what the next few months look like for us at Shotton Mill, and then maybe the involvement that you'll all have with us moving forward. So in terms of thinking about the investment scope, so really what we're doing here on site as part of Erin is it's a really economically significant investment. So it's a £1.4 billion investment. It's huge. And when you see tomorrow, you will see what that looked like. It's big. And we're bringing to the UK, into North Wales, one of the largest, but I can say with confidence, the most technologically advanced paper-making campus that's ever been constructed and built. We'll manufacture 750,000 tonnes per year of containerboard to be used throughout the manufacture of cardboard boxes. In addition, we're also installing a state-of-the-art tissue machine that will produce just under 70,000 tonnes of tissue as well. And these both are coming online at the same time. The containerboard will be 100% recycled fibre, and we'll be generating energy from sustainable sources. We're using recycled wood in our ongoing biomass operation we have on site, and we'll also use biomass in there as well. To generate the energy, we require CHP, and the turbines that are being specified and purchased and installed already have the capability to utilise 20% hydrogen, but within probably the next 5 to 10 years, they could entirely be fueled by hydrogen gas to generate all the steam that we need on site. For an investment of a generation such as this, the net zero challenge for us is real. We have to find that solution during the lifetime of the asset, and this site will be well positioned to whatever technology becomes prevalent, we can use it. And the final part then is also biogas, which we can use to generate further energy on site as well. So it will be the most sustainable packaging plant that has been constructed. Low water use, low energy use, recycling at the heart of everything we do. So this is the site layout, and I won't go through the detail, but there's I think an important story to tell here in terms of the industrial legacy of the site. And we're now into our third iteration of manufacturing on this site. We had the Shotton Steelworks, then we had the Shotton Paper Mill where we manufactured newsprint, and now we have our new investment where we'll manufacture cardboard and tissue. And legacies will remain of all three of those industries. So the lagoons that you see to the bottom of the picture, they're the original steelwork lagoons that were constructed well over probably 100 years ago. And we're still using those today, we'll use them in the future, for our effluent processes. The grey buildings, they're all the new constructions that are being built now to house our state-of-the-art manufacturing equipment. But where possible, we've reused buildings, we've modified buildings to try to keep the footprint as low as possible in terms of the construction that we're doing on the site. And tomorrow, for those that will come, you'll get a chance to see both via a coach tour around the internal road network, and then actually into the actual paper making process itself, where we'll manufacture the containerboard of the future. So what does the pioneering technology look like? So in containerboard, so it's the largest recycled fibre machine in the UK. It'll go at 2,000 metres a minute. That's 10 metres wide of paper being produced at 80 miles an hour, just under 2 tonnes every minute being produced 365 days of the year. It'll be 11 metres wide and will operate on a basis range somewhere between 70 and 135. And it's designed for efficiency and sustainability. So our tissue machine, 70,000 tonnes capacity, and this is using, again, modern technology to reuse heat, 2,000 metres a minute, 5.6 metres wide. So almost half the size of the containerboard machine, but still as big as you can build, as much as you can make. And this is the actual machine itself and being installed into what was the old PM2 machine hall. So the site will be self-sufficient for all its steam and all of its electricity. So that will come from a number of different sources. So we already have an existing biomass boiler on site now that uses end-of-life wood to generate around 25 megawatts of electricity. We've also installed gas CHP, which in the picture there, which is the most efficient way of generating high volumes of high-pressure steam for the drying process involved in paper making. But as we said, the turbines we've purchased are hydrogen-enabled. The site is located perfectly for the extension to the HyNet project, so hydrogen gas for Shotton Mill is a realistic option within the next 5 to 10 years, as well as a lot of work locally that's taken place. They're what's called the Deeside Decarbonisation Forum, whereby local businesses are trying to come together to find local renewable solutions and working in partnership with power stations and manufacturers and also kind of gas distribution companies as well. We also have a connection to the Shotton Solar Park. So again, on the coach tomorrow, if you look out on the right-hand side as you come into site, you'll see at the time was the UK's largest solar park. We have a direct wire connection to site where we can utilise that solar energy if we want to. And one of the big benefits of our site is we have a huge grid connection. That stems from our newsprint days, our British Steel days, whereby when we were manufacturing newsprint out of logs, we use the same amount of electricity as Greater Manchester every day to manufacture that newsprint. That infrastructure remained, so today that gives us great options of both import but also export of power into the grid. That infrastructure being enhanced, but also we're enhancing our connectivity to the gas pipelines as well to enable that infrastructure future-proofing of the site. So our water treatment plant is huge, and we've deployed a number of novel construction technologies there to try to improve both the time of construction, but also the amount of materials being used. So we've used a lot of precast concrete to enable a quick and efficient production of that effluent treatment plant. The highlight being the 61-metre diameter secondary clarifier, which you see in the bottom of the picture there, which is absolutely huge. It's a monster. And the guys that did the work on there, it's like an art form when you see some of the construction techniques used around there. So, what's progress? So at the moment we're targeting to have the site operational towards the end of Q1 in 2026, with our operations ramping up during Q2. So recruitment, and we just had a talk about that. So recruitment for us is progressing well. We have most of our senior team, senior engineers now in place, and we've started now in terms of the more large-scale recruitment of the operators and the technicians aligned to our startup curve, and our training and development strategy has been designed. And all the challenges that we spoke about previously all exist for us in terms of kind of awareness to the younger generations, making the business attractive. And I think what we've noticed is selling the industry we work in as advanced manufacturing. It's not seen as that, but the technology we use, the people that are working in them are using advanced manufacturing technologies. And I think the more we kind of shout about that, I think the more we can attract and people can see the technology that you can work with within these industries that we work. So that's what we started with. Lots of big holes, finding old legacy structures from the steelworks, which hadn't been taken care of during the original demolition of the steelworks back in 1980. Some of those were a surprise, some were known about, but all in all, it was a big challenge for us to keep things on track. So we demolished large parts of the site because the machines that were being installed to make the container board is 11 meters wide and the newsprint machine was 8.5 metres wide, so it didn't fit in the existing building. So that was done, and then the machine hall warehouse dispatch will be completed mid-November, and the main phase we're in now is the electrical, the mechanical, and the process installation. So there's around about 2,000 people on site currently completing the installation of all of the welding, all the cables, instrumentation, and the final parts of the machine. And you'll see all that tomorrow for the visit on the site. So we expect that installation to be completed by the end of Q4 this year, commissioning during Q1, and then at the end of Q1 into Q2, we'll start to see paper being manufactured from the containerboard machine and also the tissue machine as well. So the tissue machine, as I said, has been used in the PM2 building, which we see to the bottom there. But we had to raise the roof height by 3 meters because the machine was higher. That was done, and that is also progressing well towards commissioning and startup in Q1 2006. So the CHP, this is, as you'll see tomorrow, what's left to be done there is the final installation part, and then the building will go around the installation that's been completed. So it's easier to build all of the equipment, all of the main process machinery, install it, and then we'll wrap the building around that to allow that to be operated successfully during the wet and windy months on the North Wales coast. You'll see tomorrow as well the gas pipeline installation that is taking place. This has not been without challenge. Huge amounts of connection to the national grid infrastructure isn't easy, takes a lot of coordination, a lot of planning. We very much are in their hands in terms of when the work can be done, but we've overcome those, and this is nearing finalisation of the installation now. So the effluent treatment plant, so civil works are now complete. The machinery installation will be complete end of November, and then we'll be starting during October the hydrostatic testing of some of these big, huge vessels, looking for any leaks, hopefully not to find too many, and then that will allow installation to be complete end of December in line with the rest of the startup, because very much the effluent treatment plant is needed before anything else can start. So this project is really, it's a series of multi-million-pound projects all being brought online together to work in harmony to deliver a whole operational site. So the paper machine needs the CHP, it needs the effluent plant, the tissue machine needs all those as well. So they've all got to work together or they don't work at all. And so that's the key next stage, is to bring them all online together and work in harmony. We spoke again about recruitment and training. So at the time of the sale of the site, we had 189 people that were making newsprint. All of those people were retained by us and for the duration of the project, and have been redeployed to help either in project activities, to provide services on site, to help cover for things like IT departments, etc. But we need more people. We need about 430 people in total for operating the site. We're now up to about 230, and then as I said, the main bulk of our employees will join us in the next 3 to 4 months in preparation, readiness for startup, in line with that. And so we've done a number of careers fairs, both in Flintshire and Denbighshire. And I think similar to the careers fairs in Guildford, they were queuing out of the hotel into the car park, and it was great to see. The interest really is there when we can get the message across of what the roles are, what people can do, and that they're able to achieve all of their horizons within our organisation. We've used a specialist HR team to look at some of the more specific roles within the industry, and that those training and development plans are starting to crystallise now in terms of what people need to do for specific roles and when they need to do it. A big part of what's been great as being part of the wider Modern Carton Group is that they're already manufacturing containerboard. So they have 3 machines already operating in Turkey. And so we have now been sending out our engineers and our operators to go and spend 2 weeks within Chorley, working with their new colleagues, understanding what does the containerboard machine look like compared to a newsprint machine, what are the differences, what are the challenges, and also making new friends and colleagues along the way. We've now done 5 of those trips, and they'll continue all the way through now, giving people opportunity to learn, develop, and train. Because for recruitment of 230 people, some have never seen a paper machine, some have never seen paper before. So they are all coming from different backgrounds, and we need to try to standardize the level of competence before we start with a detailed OEM training. So we've developed our own internal kind of paper making course to allow people, if you're coming from a different industry, you can quickly get to a level whereby you know some of the technology is, and you know your way around a paper machine. We've done lots of collaboration with local authorities, with Coleg Cambria, Wrexham University, and we've also received some very good support from Welsh Government, not only for the development itself, but also for the training as well. And that when you look in the right places, help and support for training really is there. But I think one key measure is that if you really work with the local authorities and local governments, they want to help you. You sometimes need to find a way in which you can help each other. I think positive, and maybe to give confidence to anyone thinking that, well, can they actually do this? Well, already we can. And at the same, if building a £1.4 billion project in the UK wasn't a challenge enough, then the group at the same time has also been building a new machine in Turkey, in Zonguldak, a Black Sea port area, and where Erin's large power plant is that produces 6% of Turkey's electricity. So here, they've built another modern containerboard machine, a capacity of 640,000 tonnes, again, of recycled containerboard. And that started up successfully in August 2025. Again, similar design speed, different machinery supplier, but that's now increased Modern Carton's production capacity overall to 2 million tonnes. And when we come online, it'll take up to 2.7 million tonnes. So we really are a big player at scale, and we are in the UK. So, bringing things onto tomorrow. So, there's been lots of, I think, information shared pre-conference, pre-visit in terms of requirements for your own PPE for shoes. Everything else is taken care of by ourselves for PPE. There will be a safety briefing being held in here tomorrow morning, and that's being done by our principal contractor from site, so that the site is still under CDM. So for those of you who know that, we are effectively not in control of that part of the site, the principal contractor is, and so we have to conform to their safety requirements to ensure that everyone can go on the visit safely. So the plan will be that the bus will leave the hotel when all inductions have been completed. We'll drive to site. We'll have a tour around the site. Then we'll actually access the machine area where the containerboard machine is, and we'll start to have a walk around there and see what a containerboard machine mid-installation looks like, and start to get to feel of the scale of the site, how accurate the model over on our stand really looks compared to what you see in reality. Then the bus will return here to pick up the second group. I'll be with the bus in the morning and around the induction as well, so kind of any questions, I'm here to kind of help guide and smooth the day. As I said, it's the first one we've done, so we may well find opportunities for improvement as we go along during the course of the morning. So if you see something that doesn't look right, please shout out, but we're here to help. I'm very, very happy to be able to take you around the mill tomorrow and guide you. I think maybe just a final point. There's lots of colleagues here today from Shotton Mill, manning our stand in the corner. So please come over to talk with us. We're really keen to share our story, share what not only we're doing here in Shotton, but also what we're doing in the wider Modern Carton and Erin Group as well. So we really want to be part of this, and so please come and talk to us. Tonight at dinner, we're expecting Hamdullah Erin and Erin also to come and join for dinner tonight. So you'll be able to meet the chairman of Modern Carton and a board member of Erin Holding, and Erin, who is the third generation, but is also actively involved in the development of the site here and is based full-time on site. So the commitment of the family to our site is big, and we're kind of very happy and welcome to have them on board. And I think, as I said right at the beginning, having managed a declining newsprint mill for 10 years, to now be building a future, it's fantastic. So we're happy to have you on board, and look forward to sharing our journey with you tomorrow. So thank you.